After an absolutely chaotic triathlon to start the second half of the first season of the Marble Olympic Games, we head to the only duo event that the season has to offer, with aiming as Event 10. As always, I am Evan, commentating this event. So you see the standings after Event 9. Arctic Circle still have a 4-point lead over the Coffee Colliders, with a further 10 back to the Volcanic Vindication, who recently cracked double digits after that event as well. So let's go on Painty Patrollers rounding out the top 5, with the Rising Sunshines and Team Glass with their 1 and 2 finishes rising up to 6th and 7th, and the Amazing Algaes with their 3 double-digit finishes in a row in 8th. As there you see the representatives for this event. Interestingly, 5 captains are present, but over half the field is opting to put their reserve in for this event. We will go in alphabetical order, so we're going to start things off with the Amazing Algaes, one of just 2 teams who opted to put both the captain and the reserve, and the captain already misses, so that is an unexpected thing to happen for sure. Goodness me, I did not expect that to happen, but the second marble does make it, so could have been worse. And now the aforementioned league leading Arctic Circles, will they keep that up here? Yeah, unsurprisingly, the first one and second one both make it pretty much the exact same way for both ice and tundra there. No problem at all. We expect few misses in the first couple levels, and then to get harder as it goes along. Now, Balloon Rainbows, they've had a world of struggles, sitting down in 15th and only ahead of the Fire Pits, but both Green and Blue Balloon will make it without any issues. Blue Balloon first, actually. And now Coffee Colliders with the 2 similarly colored marbles, Americano and Frappe, and does that count? Did the first one actually make it? Because that is just perilously close, but I don't know how they managed to just run at a speed like that. The second one dodged them, thankfully. And no, it actually doesn't count, because they didn't even make it onto the plate. Now, Feline Pupils, 1 distance drag just 2 events ago, but other than that, it has been a complete disaster with nothing higher than 8th. And they actually got their 3 best finishes in the last 3 events, and maybe 4 and for 4 in the last 4 events since that Goose Egg and Sprint is coming. And now Fire Pits, still sitting horribly in last, but they did actually somehow get top half last event in the triathlon, albeit just barely. And it was a very unideal way to get there, but we'll see if they can actually get there a lot smoother in this event, as they make it on the first level easily. Now the Green Diamonds come up, and seriously... Okay, I'll run it back this time. Hopefully it actually goes well this time, and by that I mean normally, and yeah, pretty easily there for both Jade and Malachite after a very weird and disbanded first run. Now, Membrane Madness, hoping to get involved in absolutely none of that. They have been doing pretty well as of late, realistically, just like the Feline Pupils, as medal in one of the events recently, and just nothing else higher than 8th, but they make it with both marbles in the first level. Now, Neptune Ninjas, they have been trending downwards terribly since they got bronze in sprint, 11 points in the last 3 events, and they have been awful in 1x1 events, but in this instance, maybe it's the opposite. Now, Painty Patrollers, they have been, well, they were doing good in 1x1 events, but then got blasted in block bumping. They're still in the top 5 of the standings, though, even with a 13th place last event, and both Hue and Sketch easily make it. And now, Professional Paladins. Will this finally be the event where they live up to the first part of their name? Well, that is an easy make it for Sword, and Helmet follows thereafter pretty quickly as well. So, they will make it without a doubt in anyone's mind at level 2. And now, Rising Sunshines, after winning the last event and coming off 4 bottom 3 finishes before that in a row, they still have, aside from Relay Pursuit and Staircase Drop, not finished outside the top 2 or bottom 3 in any event, and Beam and Twilight, maybe for the good reason again, are looking to continue the trend. Now, Silhouette Squad, with Outline and Profile, that is an extremely strange duo for them to opt to put in this event, but it worked, as they both made it to pretty much polar opposite sides, but were very, very close to the center, so neither one had any trouble whatsoever with those red blocks. Now, Team Glass. Let's hope they don't shatter against them. Ever since Staircase Drop, they have been so good, well, with the exception of Distance Drag, and Arbuculum and Marble will both make it easily. Now, Torrential Downpours also opting to put their reserve in. In fact, all the last 4 teams opted to do that. And let's see what happens here. Oh, wait, hold on, what's this appeal pending? I think they're saying that the block was pushed by the big giant hand to the left on purpose. Yeah, it looks like it was, but was that purposeful? They're arguing with the referees. What are they going to say? And they will get a rerun because of it purposefully being pushed to the left in the starting lane. That is wild. And it falls off, so maybe they would have just been better off opting with what they got. yeah, especially with how that went after the block fell off. Goodness gracious. Does the second one actually, like, make that at all? And let's just see what happens here, because they were blocked. Okay, they are going to give them a check somehow. And now, Volcanic Vindication are going to do any better than that, as they are pretty much expected to here. And, yeah, they had no trouble making it with either of them. A bit far from the center, but not that it would matter at all. So nobody is eliminated from that first level, unsurprisingly, but now we add a block on either side for the second level to make it ever more harder. Starting once again with the Amazing Algaes, hoping to make it with both marbles this time. Will they, though? And yes, they will. Kelp and Hydroki have no trouble there whatsoever. And now Arctic Circles, will they do just as good here? As the first marble makes it through, and so does the second one almost immediately after. Both Ice and Tundra have no trouble. And now, speaking of a team who's had a lot of trouble, at least in the other events, Balloon Rainbows, didn't have any trouble in the first level, and will not have any issues whatsoever making it with both marbles here. And now Coffee Colliders, can they make it with both marbles this time, alongside the Amazing Algaes? They had, of course, the other miss in the first level, and unlike hitting a block, that was often slowing down, but they make it easily. With both marbles, of course, that time. Now, Feline Pupils, will they do the exact same thing? And yes, they will. No misses have happened in the second level so far, surprisingly. I thought the levels would only get harder and harder, but I suppose the ones with the red blocks only are not that hard to get through, and the fire pits also have no issues with either Flame or Inferno, and they'll go to level 3 unscathed. Now, Green Diamonds, no problems with the big giant hand, lifting that block this time, and both marbles make it, and we have gotten 14 for 14 on every marble making it in the second level so far, surprisingly. Now, can the Membrane Madness make it 16 for 16? Nope, the block comes off there. But unlike with the Torrential Downpours, they didn't land on the plate this time, and both of them, unlike with the Torrential Downpours, making it with both marbles, have absolutely no issues with any sort of contact. Now, Neptune Ninjas, if any team's going to miss and be the first team to get any misses in the second level, given how they've done in 1x1 events, it's going to be them. But no, not at all, and I forgot to add the graphics in this part, as you can see there in the bottom left, but yeah, neither Triton or Poseidon had any problems touching those blocks. Now, Painty Patrollers, can they say the same here as well? First marble will, and the second one also makes it no problem. Hue and Sketch have zero issues making it, and that is now 20 for 20 on completion successfully in level 2. Now, will the Professional Paladins make it 22 for 22? Assumedly they will, assuming they just don't go off to the sides, and wait, does that count? Yeah, because unlike with the Torrential Downpour second marble, they didn't hit them forward in any way, and that was easy to tell the helmet hit sword forward, so that does count as making it overall. Now, Rising Sunshines, and off they go, and we finally get a miss, and the second one barely threads the needle. Twilight pulled off a risky move there, threading the needle between that block and beam, but they do not eliminate the Rising Sunshines just yet. Now, Silhouette Squad, will they have that same issue that the Sunshines just did? Not with the first marble, and not with the second one, albeit a lot closer to missing for sure, but both Outline and Profile will make it to level 3 unscathed completely. And now I assume we're back to normal here. Team Glass, will they have any issues? Not with the first marble, and the second one, despite going much slower, stays straight down the center the entire time. I don't know how they managed to pull that off, but they were just going slow and steady, and I guess that does, well, kind of win this event. Now, Torrential Downpour is hoping to do any smoother with either marble than the first one was, or at least the second marble, that's for sure. And both of them are going to come perilously close to missing, and that could have easily eliminated both Inundation and Mist immediately, but they instead both make it to level 3 just about unscathed. Now, Volcanic Vindication, for the final run of the second level, will they have any problems clearing? And yep, they won't. Second one goes straight down the middle just to ensure a nice and safe advancement to level 3, as they are one of many, many teams who have yet to miss. In fact, the only miss of the entire level comes from the Rising Sunshines, but they just about saved themselves from being eliminated here. But now we start adding the white blocks in, so I assume a couple teams will be eliminated here now as we're in the third level. Once again, Amazing Algaes will start the level and miss with their first marble and the second one. They are our first team officially eliminated, considering they had easily the furthest miss of the event so far. I think that clinches dead last for them, unfortunately. Now Arctic Circle's hoping to get involved in absolutely none of that, and they might be eliminated too. No, they won't be. The second one does actually make it, so they are saved there and move on. Now you're seeing what dangers those white blocks are producing here. Now balloon rainbows, will they be involved in any of it? Not with either marble, no. So, they have no trouble and officially become the first team in this level to get both marbles to make it. Now, can the Coffee Colliders do just that? With the first marble, yes. And, no, not the second one. They do it again. Actually, it was Frappe this time, not Americano. But either way, it doesn't matter, because they hit the white block before resting there. Now, Feline Pupils, will they somehow have that issue? Or not? First one makes it straight down the center, as does the second, just literally landing in the same line as them, and no issues whatsoever for either marble, and they have still, like the balloon rainbows, yet to miss a shot. Now, Fire Pits, believe it or not, they got a top hat finish last event and have not missed a single shot this event so far, and that will continue. No, it won't, but either way, they are moving on to level 4 with their first miss of the event coming in the third level, and looking good. Now, Green Diamonds, let's see what they do. They have also gone scot-free so far, and there's their first miss. Will the second one save them? Yes, just about clearing it. And getting them through to level 4 would have been a complete disaster if they, after already getting dead last in the last event in a bad second quarter as well, after a great first quarter, went out here. Now, Membrane Madness, will they be able to prevail here? First one makes it straight down the center, second one nudges off of them. But either way, Nucleus and Mitochondria have been able to make it without missing at all so far. And now, for the Neptune Ninjas, will the same be able to be said about Triton and Poseidon? No, but Triton does save them from being eliminated. Poseidon was very close to making it, actually, but Triton just about managed to make it on the other side. Now, moving on to the Painty Patrollers, what will they do here? Still waiting for them to come down. There they go. First one misses. Can the second one save them? Yes. Straight down the middle. Nice slow and steady. As a few marbles have been tripped up by those holes to just take their time and literally never deviate from the center at all. Magnificent strategy in this event for sure, and it pays off for the Patrollers. Now, Professional Paladins. What will they do here? Both Sword and Helmet are spinning in the funnel, and they, just zip right down, but Sword, I guess appropriately enough given their name, comes out unscathed and just barely avoids touching the block, whereas Helmet was unable to. Now, Rising Sunshines, what will they do here? The first marble misses again. Can the second one save it like last time? Yes, and this time it is Beam to save it rather than Twilight. This time Twilight just went veering off, but Beam is able to save them, and they move on and live to see another day here in aiming. Now, Silhouette Squad, they have not had a miss in either of the first two levels, and in this instance, make it with both marbles. The second one was particularly close, but either way, it doesn't affect them, as they will make it to level 4, still without a single miss in this event so far. Now, Team Glass, will they be able to say the same? No! We already know the Coffee Colliders failed with that, so that doesn't count, but the second one just about saves them from being eliminated and joining the Amazing Algaes in the oblivion that is elimination at level 3. Now, Torrential Downpours, they have been very close on both of them to many misses, and in this instance, are eliminated. Yep, that's it for them. They could not get through this level. And now, Volcanic Vindication, yeah, they'll get through it just fine, assuming the second one doesn't go veering off, and they don't. They, in fact, thread the needle between the first marble and the top row, literally for good measure, and make it to level 4, still without a miss, in any of the levels. So only the Torrential Downpours and Amazing Algaes are eliminated from that level, but I assume this is where a lot of teams will get eliminated, because look at how small the gap for level 4 already is. Starting with the Arctic Circles this time, because the Amazing Algaes are first in the alphabet and were eliminated. Arctic Circles will not actually be part of the group that gets eliminated here. That's likely going to be most teams, as the second marble once again saves them from elimination. Now, Balloon Rainbows, they have not missed a single shot yet, Will they miss their first? Yes, and they will miss their second and be eliminated in level 4 after being one of, I think, like 5 teams to go perfect in all 3 levels. And they are eliminated in level 4. We'll have to see how the tiebreakers work, because if Coffee Colliders get eliminated here, they will definitely beat them, that's for sure. And they will be eliminated, so I think that clinches a bottom 4 finish for the Colliders, if not 14th already. Because I think they had, like, 2 misses in the first and third levels, which I don't think most other teams that survived the third level could say, and Feline Pupils, just like the Balloon Rainbows, didn't have a single miss before this level, but both Marbles missed in this level, and they are eliminated just like them. Now, Fire Pits, they better hope that, now they better hope that the second Marble makes it. Yeah, they got their first miss last level, and yep, they are completely eliminated here, and that'll likely be a very mid-finish for them. Now, Green Diamonds, like the Fire Pits, they got their first miss in level 3, and, they're so close, and the second one makes contact and takes the place of the first Marble, but cannot go in through that gap, so they are eliminated in the 4th level as well. So far, only the Arctic Circles have made it. Will the Membrane Madness be the first to join them? No, they won't. Not even really close at all. And like the Balloon Rainbows and Feline Pupils, they get their first misses. Now, Neptune Ninjas, will they be the first team to join them? Yes, they will actually be. Second one, though they had space left to make it, veered off to the top, but they make it with the first Marble and are on to level 5. Now, Painty Patrollers, will they be the third team to make it to the final main level before sudden death? No, they won't be. Both Hue and Sketch end up missing after they got their first miss at level 3, and they are eliminated in level 4. Now, Professional Paladins. And they once again drop at pretty much identical times. This time, neither of them make it. They just veer off to different sides and eliminate themselves. Now, Rising Sunshines, they had a miss in both the second and third levels, but in this instance, they make it with the first Marble. And the second uses that empty bit of space that the first Marble left to, unlike the Neptune Ninjas, make it using it. And they get a 2 in level 4 for the first time since the first level. Now, Silhouette Squad, can they have a run as explosive as that? Not with the first Marble, and the second one just, for whatever reason, decided to go the exact same way, and that did not work, as they are eliminated, and I believe become the 4th team who made it in all the first 3 levels with both Marbles to miss here with both Marbles. Now, Team Glass, they came very close to being eliminated last level, but in this instance, make it with the first Marble. Yeah, Marble has not missed a single level so far, despite being the reserve. Orbiculum has missed a couple now. But they are still alive in this event, and are guaranteed to top 5 finish again. Now, Volcanic Vindication, can they make it 5 in level 5? No, they cannot. And they will be eliminated, I believe. Despite that, do become actually the 5th team in this level to make it in with both Marbles in all the first 3 levels. And yeah, they do. To miss with both in the 4th level, but they do still get 6th. And Coffee Colliders do, in fact, get 14th, and look at how small that gap is now. Now, level 5, will the Arctic Circles make it to sudden death? If we even get to sudden death, and no, they will not. Ice and Tundra are eliminated. Well, that is if the rest of the teams miss with both Marbles here as well. Alright, will the Neptune Ninjas make it through that insanely small gap? Not with either Marble, and it's looking more likely that we are going to go to sudden death because no team is able to make it through that gap. Now, will the Rising Sunshines be able to shut me up? Well, they might, if the second one pushes the first one in, and they've done it! And they might have just clinched winning back-to-back events and their 3rd golden season right there. And they will have done all of that if Team Glass right here do not have the oh my god, they did in fact make it, and that's with the first one not having any help from the second. That one, I'd argue, was even more impressive than what the Rising Sunshines managed to pull off from Marble, and their fans are going ballistic as Neptune Ninjas look at the bronze so Arctic Circles do end their streak of medals in 1x1 events just barely. And now the gap moves away from the center. We're just going to do this without replays. It's just going to be like freeze frames. And Rising Sunshines will miss. Now Team Glass, if they make it with either Marble through that gap, they win the event. It's the same top 2 as Triathlon, but will it be in the same order or a different one? We don't know yet, because neither team was able to make that level, which was a lot harder to do than the 5th one, that's for sure. Alright, now here we go. Beam and Twilight for the Rising Sunshines. And they do it! with both marbles and an empty space after the second one goes through. And now Team Glass, can they do what many was believed to be impossible in level 5 to happen to 2 teams? No, they can't do it in the second level of Sudden Death, and the Rising Sunshines win back-to-back gold medals. Team Glass back-to-back silvers, and Neptune Ninjas, unbelievably enough, in a 1x1 event, getting bronze. As you see the rest of the results all the way down to the home team and get last there again. The overall standings are the Surfers keep their lead, but the Rising Sunshines rise 3 spots up to second place, and Team Glass are now 1 point ahead of the Blue Team forward as well. Copy Fighters are only remaining 2 ahead of the Volcanic Vindication Fire because they're still a little behind 15th place below the Rainbows. Next event will be Team Pursuit, so to see you then. Holy crap, that was peak.